Hey everyone. AI video generators, right? Feels like they're everywhere now.
It really does, doesn't it? And evolving so fast, too. I mean, it wasn't that long ago AI composing music was the big thing.
Seriously. And now we've got AI pumping out videos left and right. Kind of overwhelming, to be honest.
It can be a lot to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
So you're diving into this world. What are you hoping to learn? What's got you most curious?
Well, for me, it's about making sense of it all, Like, what even is an AI video generator, really? Where do I even start? These articles mention all sorts of different types.
Okay, good point. You can't just lump them all together, right? Each tool has its own strength.
Exactly. It's like I was reading about those AI avatar things, Synthesia, right?
Yeah, Synthesia. And Heijian, Eli.io. Those are big ones.
Yeah.
Creating those crazy, realistic talking heads.
Right. Those things freak me out a little. The way they blink and everything.
Oh, right. It's like, is this real or what? But that's the point, isn't it? To make digital stuff feel more human.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's not just about making creepy, realistic avatars, right? There's that whole other level where AI is actually generating video from scratch.
Oh, yeah, the text-to-video stuff.
Exactly. Like you type in what you want and boom, AI just makes it happen.
Pretty wild. Runway, Pika Labs, these are the ones pushing those boundaries. It's really changing how we think about creativity and video production.
Totally. But then there are also those tools that are more about like helping you edit and polish what you've already got, like Opus Clip for chopping up longer videos.
Right, right. And don't forget about those AI slideshow makers. Fleeky's a popular one, helping people make their presentations less painful to watch, I guess.
Less boring, for sure. But okay, so many options. It's like, how do you even know where to start?
It's about finding the right tool for the job.
Right.
Figuring out what you want to achieve, then looking at which tool fits best.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got all these different tools, all these different categories. What are some of the ones that are really worth checking out? So tons of tools out there, but which ones are actually worth your time?
Right. It's easy to get lost in all the noise.
Exactly. So let's talk about some of those standout names. Synthesia is the one that keeps popping up for me. Those AI avatars they make are crazy realistic.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing, the level of detail they've achieved. Those subtle expressions, the way they blink, it's those little things that really make a difference, you know?
It's true. Like when you watch a video, even a short one, you connect more when it feels like someone's actually looking at you, right?
Absolutely. It's like the difference between someone glancing in your general direction and making direct eye contact.
Totally. But moving on, let's talk about those platforms that generate video from text prompts. Runway's the one I keep hearing about.
Yeah, Runway's really interesting. It's not just about automating the technical stuff. It's about using AI to explore new creative possibilities.
Like you could spend hours trying to create a specific visual style, or you could just tell Runway what you want and see what it comes up with.
Exactly. And you can experiment with different options, different styles, without having to start from scratch each time.
Like having an AI brainstorming partner for your video ideas? That's amazing. But I did read that Runway has a bit of a learning curve.
There is a bit of a learning curve, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a powerful tool, so it takes a little time to master all the features. But they've got some great tutorials.
Good to know. Now, not everyone has time for a steep learning curve. For those who want something super easy to use, our sources mentioned Pictory.
Pictory is great for beginners. It simplifies the whole video creation process. You can make engaging videos from scripts, blog posts, even just a few bullet points.
Perfect for social media content or maybe jazzing up a presentation. So simple. And speaking of easy, Eli.io really impressed me with their custom avatar options.
Oh yeah, that's a cool feature. Imagine being able to create a video with a talking head that looks exactly like you.
It's like having your own personal news anchor.
Exactly. It's all about personalization, making things more engaging and relatable. Though it's worth noting that those custom avatars often come at an additional cost.
Right, there's always a trade-off. Okay, but this all leads to a bigger question. What does it even mean for creativity if AI can generate such realistic videos? Are we all going to be out of a job soon?
It's a question, isn't it? Will robots replace artists and creatives?
Right. Like I was reading about that study where AI came up with all those creative uses for a toothpick.
Oh yeah, the toothpick study. That was fascinating. Who knew a toothpick could be so versatile?
Seriously, but it just shows you AI can come up with ideas humans might not even think of.
Exactly. AI can analyze tons of data, identify patterns, and combine them in new ways.
So it's not just about replacing human creativity, it's about enhancing it.
Precisely. Augmenting it, pushing it further. Kind of like how Nancy Johnson invented the hand-cranked ice cream maker. She didn't invent the crank, she didn't invent ice cream, but she combined them in a new way.
Interesting. So AI can be like that. It can help us make those creative leaps.
Exactly. It can help us see those connections, those possibilities that we might have missed. But
Yeah.
there's always a but, right?
Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of that. What's the but?
Well, what happens when everyone has access to the same AI tools, the same prompts, the same algorithms?
Ooh, good point. Does everyone's work start to look the same? Do we lose that unique human touch?
That's the challenge, right? It's not enough to just have the tools. You have to bring your own perspective, your own style, your own story.
So it's like having a fancy kitchen. You can have all the gadgets in the world, but you still need to be a good cook to make something delicious.
Exactly. AI is a tool, a very powerful tool, but it's up to us to use it effectively.
So AI can be this amazing tool for creativity, but like any powerful tool, I imagine there are some downsides too, right?
Definitely. I mean, it's not all sunshine and roses. We got to be realistic about the potential challenges too. One of the big ones, and it comes up all the time, is the fear that AI will automate creative jobs out of existence.
Yeah, that whole robots are coming for our jobs thing. It's kind of freaky when you think about it, especially in creative fields where it feels like AI is making huge leaps.
It's understandable why people are worried. But here's the thing. History shows us that new technologies, while disruptive, also create new opportunities.
Okay, so you're saying it's not necessarily about replacing jobs, but more about changing them. Got any examples of that?
Think about the printing press. Back then, scribes, those guys who used to copy books by hand, they probably freaked out a little when the printing press came along. And yeah, some of their jobs were definitely automated, but the printing press also created a whole new industry. Printing, publishing, distribution, new jobs that hadn't even existed before.
Interesting point. So instead of AI being a job killer, it could actually create new types of creative jobs.
Exactly. We might see AI art directors who curate and guide AI-generated content, or AI music producers who collaborate with human musicians. The possibilities are pretty exciting.
Wow, it's like we're on the verge of a whole new era of creativity. But, and maybe this is cheesy to say, with great power comes great responsibility, right? We've got to make sure we're using AI for good.
Couldn't agree more. AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used in positive or negative ways. It all depends on us.
So how do we ensure AI is used to enhance and elevate creativity, not stifle it?
That's the million-dollar question. It's going to take a real team effort. Artists, developers, educators, policymakers.
Yep.
We all need to be talking about this. We need to be promoting digital literacy and making sure these tools are accessible to everyone.
It's like we're all in this together, figuring it out as we go. Well, that was quite a journey. We covered a lot of ground today.
It was a deep dive for sure.
We talked about everything from realistic avatars and text-to-video tools to the very nature of creativity itself, and of course, the impact AI will have on the future of work.
Lots to think about. But at the end of the day, I think the big takeaway is this. AI is a powerful tool with incredible potential. But it's not a replacement for human creativity. It's more like an amplifier.
It's giving us this power boost, and now it's up to us to use it wisely.
Exactly. So embrace the possibilities. Experiment. Don't be afraid to ask the big questions.
And who knows, maybe one of you listening will create the next AI-powered video masterpiece.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI video generators. Catch you next time.